Welcome to New Horizons. These last few years I've played less and less Minecraft, but that changes today. I've been so inspired by some of the videos I've seen recently that I've remembered why I loved this game in the first place. And in this series I'm going to try and recapture the magic that I first felt 15 years ago. Now, I've always loved the idea of a forever world in Minecraft, but I've never been able to commit to one world for a long period of time. And I think part of the problem is that I get ahead of myself and set too big expectations too fast, and I end up burning out. So I'm going to make a real effort not to do that this time. So my plan is to deliberately take things slowly. In this episode, I'm not going to get further than building my starter base. And I'm hoping that means that I will be able to keep this series going for longer, because I will have more ideas for later episodes. But if I'm going to be in this world a long time, I also want to tell stories in it. I don't want it to feel like a painting, more so a living, breathing world. And that means no villager trading halls. Especially because it's the easiest way to progress too quickly in this game. Now, having said all that, I was rather hoping to find a village quite quickly. Because even though they are overpowered, they are quite helpful to have. But it doesn't look like we've spawned near any, so I'm going to see if I can find some high ground and have a look around. Okay, let's get on top of these trees and see if we can see anything interesting. Let's see. Plains biome, but I can't see any villages. Lots of mountains. Witch hut, but not exactly what we're looking for. Doesn't look like we've got lucky with this spawn, but that's okay. We've got all the time in the world, and all the world to explore. Wow, this one has some absolutely crazy terrain. I've never seen a swamp that high above sea level before. I thought they were height limited, but clearly not. I've just remembered as well, I'm playing on the newest Minecraft version. I can make copper tools now. I have no idea how good they're supposed to be, because I really haven't kept up with the update, but I'm hoping slightly worse than iron, but better than stone. I guess we'll find out. Okay, let's get that smelting. Any second now. It's nearly there. Come on. Nearly. There we go. Right, let's see how good this is. And it's exactly the same stats as stone. Well, that's disappointing. Now I'm wondering, are there even any blocks that this can mine that stone can't? If not, I really don't see the point in it. I guess it's abundant. But I think we're starting to have bigger issues now. Sun's getting a bit low in the sky, and I still haven't found any iron for shears. Ooh, I don't like the sound of that. Let's see. I'm gonna run around quickly, see if I can find some iron, but if not, I'm thinking it might be a hiding in the ground kind of first night. Classic Minecraft experience. Let's see, any iron down here? Nope, just a whole lot of stone. Okay, sun is starting to get very low in the sky now, and I'm thinking we're probably not going to find any iron before nightfall. So, I'm thinking I might set up base on top of one of these hills, try and get away from the mobs. Oh, there is a little bit of iron, but, I've never seen emeralds just on the ground like that. But I'm not sure I can mine them with the copper pickaxe, so I'm going to leave them for now. I'm going to mine the iron, see if there's time left in the day to go and get some wool, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to be hiding out on this cliff for this evening, if I'm honest. Yeah, already seeing mob spawn. Okay, let's just bunker up here, I think. I'm just going to keep this little platform disconnected from those blocks, and we should be safe for this evening. It's kind of cozy in a I'm hiding on the side of a cliff so I don't get eaten by spiders kind of way. My iron's done cooking, so I think I'm going to get some food on the go. Otherwise, I'm going to start starving quite soon. And for the rest of tonight, I think I'm probably just going to build out a little platform here and then go mining. I have an abundance of oak planks, so I think I'm going to make them all into slabs and build a little circular platform here for me to rest up on for a bit. I did not consider the possibility of things falling on me from the cliff above my head. I think because of the way I've designed this, I'm now going to have to waste more oak planks building another disc above my head. I'm beginning to regret not just tunneling into the side of the mountain about now. Okay, that's cost me almost all of the wood that I collected on day one, but on the plus side we are now safe. And right on cue with me finally finishing the base for tonight, the sun's beginning to rise. Oh, isn't that lovely? I do have to admit it's quite a beautiful sunrise though. Wonderful. Right, back on with progress. I think today I'm going to set out and see if I can find a village. Now, I'm not really sure which direction to head in, so I think I'm probably just going to pick one at random and start running. Wow, would you look at that beautiful pair of fruit waffles stuck in the side of a hill. What a sight to behold. Okay, I can see a ruined portal over that way, so I think I might head over there first, see if there's anything good in the chest. Something doesn't look quite right here. That bat is huge. Oh, I've forgotten the firefly push in the game now. I think I'm going to collect some of these for when I build my base. Okay, I'm not seeing a lot of hope for a village, but there is some pretty cool looking terrain in this direction. So I think I might head out over this lake and see if I can find somewhere interesting to set up base. I don't really have a use for the gold, but I might as well take it as I'm here. Oh no. I'm an idiot. I completely just assumed that copper would be able to mine everything that iron would. What a silly mistake. I'll take a Fortune 1 pickaxe though. It's a consolation prize. I'm going to grab any wool I see on my way too, because I think I might end up using it when I build my base in a bit. Wait a minute. Oh, we got a village. Oh, perfect. I'm just going to keep heading in this direction then. This village looks pretty huge too. This is exactly the sort of place I want to settle down. I'm just hoping there are a good number of villagers left alive. Man, don't these fallen leaves look awesome? There are so many cool new features in this update. Gonna grab a few. I'm sure I'll find somewhere in my base to use them. What you looking at me like that for? Honestly, what's his problem? Yeah, this village is exactly where I want to set up. I'm just going to temporarily trap some of the villagers in their houses to make sure they're safe. And it's definitely morally acceptable, by the way, because they might get eaten by zombies otherwise. If you think about it, I'm really doing them a favour. Hello, sir. Please don't mind me. I hope you got a lot of food in this house. You might be here for a while. Okay, sun's setting, so I think I'm going to bunk up with one of the villagers for tonight. And as soon as the sun sets... Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. In the morning, I'm going to start working on my base. I like the look of these hills up behind the village, so I think I'm possibly going to build at the base of one of these. I want to avoid building in the cold biomes if I can, because a lot of the blocks like the grass and the leaves look really kind of ugly. So my plan for what I'm going to build is a classic English cottage. You may be able to tell from the accent, but I am from that part of the world. And so it's going to be a classic sort of farmhouse style build with white walls, higgledy-piggledy roof, nice slightly overgrown garden out the front. For that though, I'm going to need to collect a few white blocks, and that's part of the reason I was collecting wool on the way over here. But I also think I'm going to try and grab some diorite, hopefully some calcite, and white concrete powder if I can get it. I'm also going to go deep in the mines to see if I can grab some deep slate for the roof. Oh, this cave looks like it goes deep. Hopefully down to deep slate. To begin with, I'm going to grab some of these ores close to the surface because I always need coal. I see quite a lot of diorite down here. That could be useful to grab. And iron. Perfect. Okay, that's diorite ticked off the list, and while I'm here I'm thinking I might grab some of this gravel for the concrete. Okay, I've gone back to base and made an iron pickaxe, and now it's time for round 2 with the cave. This time we're going down for deep slate. Okay, let's see, how deep does this look like it goes? Yep, that is deep slate. Perfect. Okay, let's get down there. Preferably without taking too much damage. I can hear zombies in the walls, so I'm going to start mining around, see if I can find whatever cave they're coming from. Aha! Here we go. I can barely see anything because I don't have any torches left, but I'm pretty sure this is where the noise is coming from. Yep, there we go. Uh-oh, this is more than I bargained for. Please, shoot the zombies. Shoot the zombies. Thank you. Distracting each other for now. Oh. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble here. No, please. Please, kill it. Thank goodness that zombie is being distracted by the skeletons right now, or I would be absolutely dead. Dead. Die. 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 See, I'm amazing at this game. Don't know why you were ever scared. Diamonds! More diamonds! This was not the plan for this episode, but I will take it. I will happily take 3 diamonds. How many is it? Oh, only 2. That's kind of disappointing. I see, this is already better than the last vein. And it just keeps getting better. 7. Wow. I think that's enough for a whole set of tools now. More diamonds? I'm beginning to feel a little bit spoiled now. And there are even more up here. What? Have they changed the way that diamonds spawn or something? This seems like a ridiculous amount for this cave. Hey, that's what we're down here for. Amethyst geode. I've been finding all these diamonds, but what I was actually looking for was just a few blocks of calcite from one of those. I've just noticed there's a spawner down there too. Please be skeletons. I always want a skeleton spawner to make a mob farm out of. And it's spiders. Well, guess that's going in the bin. Oop, pickaxe broke. Oh well. I think I've got enough calcite now to head back to the surface. Oh no, I've just realised I had a fortune pickaxe that whole time. I could have had so many more diamonds! Hey look, it's a horse. It's a donkey really, but you know, near enough. Okay, I've just gone and grabbed some sand. I'm going to make some of it into glass, and then the rest is going to turn into white concrete powder. Now, if I remember correctly, the recipe is sand and gravel. Gravel in the corners, sand on the top. Yep, there we go. I'm going to make a stack of that, and then hold on to the rest of the dye for now. So let's see, I'll grab all the blocks that I'm going to need. And it's getting a bit late, but we'll start anyway. So my plan is, starting at the bottom, we're going to build out of diorite and calcite. And then as we work our way up the sides, we're going to move slowly to the lighter blocks, the concrete powder and the wool. For now though, I'm going to sleep because it's getting a bit late. So now those first couple of layers of diorite and calcite are down, I'm going to start mixing in the wool. And we should get a nice gradual transition up the side of the build to the cleaner colours. I think. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, it's begun to rain and it's turning dark, but I have got my glass panes now, so I'm going to put some windows into the side of the build. And the idea is these are going to be put a bit randomly, so it looks a bit, as I said earlier, higgledy-piggledy. And I'm going to use the deep slate we got earlier, make it into stairs and slabs, and use that as our roofing tiles. So just like with the windows, I want the roof to be a little bit random, and so we're going to have areas where it's slumped down a bit, or it's a bit taller than it should be, different colours, just to try and really mix it up. Okay, that's one side of the roof pretty much done. Let's see how it's looking from the ground. And yeah, ooh, didn't mean to fall there. Yeah, I like how it's looking. I think maybe it could do with a couple of slabs dropping down at the front. Just give it a little bit more sagginess, but we'll see how that looks. So I added some lower down areas and also a little porch on the front, and yeah, I'm liking how that looks. Looks a lot more natural now. I'm going to take a bit more of this diorite out and replace it with calcite because I think it's quite an ugly texture. Now I also want to put a chimney on this side of the house, so I'm thinking 2 blocks wide and the same sort of random pattern as the walls up to a couple of blocks above the peak of the roof. Right, let's see how this looks then. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And for the finishing touch, a couple of campfires. Right, let's see how that looks now. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think that looks really nice. I do think the roof could do with a couple of windows in it though. Just give it a bit more detail. Do I like that? Okay, they are a bit wonky and not in a good way. Looks like it's giving you a bit of side eye. I'm definitely going to fix that. That's better. Although now I'm thinking that the chimneys are a bit short. I think I'm going to raise them up a couple of blocks. Yes, there we go. I'm really happy with that. Now I can finally move on to the other side of the roof. Now I'm just filling in the gaps in the top of the roof. Last couple of blocks to place. And the other side. And there we go. And for the last detail, a little porch. And we'll quickly go outside and see how the back's looking. Yeah, I like that. Very quaint. I've just been out collecting resources and it looks so cosy at night. I'm really happy with this. Okay, I've just been out to grab some spruce and I'm going to use that for doors and little shutters for the windows. And I think the doors will actually look better if they're placed on the outside of the blocks. And now some trap doors for the windows. And we'll just head up to the front of the house and place these again a little bit random if possible. No. No, come on. I just finished building that. Now that I've finished cleaning up that mess, I can go back to the windows. Right, there we go. And I can't forget about the chimneys. Covering up the campfire with the rest of the trapdoors so it's not so visible from the ground. I think this is starting to look pretty good actually. I like the little pop of colour that the doors add. Okay, I've been out and gathered all the blocks that I think I'm going to need for the interior. I'm going to start by splitting the inside of the house into 2 levels. So we're going to put a little stairway in this corner and then build up the second floor from there. Okay, almost done with the second floor. And yeah, that's just made it a little bit more cosy downstairs. Now for the kitchen, I'm going to put a couple of campfires to have a little fireplace. And I'm thinking a red brick sort of aesthetic here. So I've got bricks and polished granite. And I think I'm going to put these in a checkerboard pattern. And now we've got a divider for the kitchen and the other room. And I've put down spruce for the floor on the other side of the house. Yeah, I think it looks good down here. Obviously the chests need to be moved about. Now moving upstairs, I'm going to make a bedroom, so just a couple of beds and some carpets, make it a little bit cozier. And I'm just thinking it might be nice to have a couple more fireplaces up here. There we go, that's looking very cozy. Now the last thing I'm going to add is, from the newest update, I'm going to put a little copper golem. Oh, he's so cute. And I've no idea how they work, but it looks like he's searching the copper chest. So if I put some calcite in here and then give him the rest in the copper chest, what's he going to do? Okay, picks it up. Yeah, he's got it. Looks in the chest. And yeah, oh, he's put it in the chest. I was hoping it would stack with the other blocks, but I guess not. The last detail I want to add to the house for today is a cobblestone wall around the garden, just to make it a little bit more protected. Okay, wall's in place, and I've put a bit of dirt down to cover up this cave, and I'm liking how this looks, although I think we could possibly do with a fence gate at the front. Let me see if I have any wood left. Okay, one birch log, just enough. And let's get this down. Perfect. Now I've just been out and gathered some shrubberies and grass for the garden. I'm thinking if we put a little path down here towards the front gate, that'll look really nice. I'm also going to use the firefly bushes here just to give the garden a nice bit of ambience. Very nice. I really love the ambient sounds you get from the fireflies. And throwing a little path to the front gate. Cobblestone and path blocks looks nice. And I think we're pretty much done. If you have enjoyed, please do like, subscribe, comment, all the rest of it. And leave feedback. I'd love to know what I can do better. Again, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.